Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts, Michael Wilkes, Angel Ortiz, Dr. Chad, and Sam La Cavera. Go check out beardedbrowns.com and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Enjoy the show.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Bearded Browns Saturday Crew. We got a new show coming back from last year called the Browns Morning Brew, and we have a new co-host with us. Everybody, Gary Lee. Call him what you want. I call him Gary Lee. Just habit. And then you all know Sam already. Sam, what's up, buddy? How are you?
What up? Good.
We got a hell of a show lined up for today. Going into Miami, it's going to be not a fun game, obviously, guys. There's the weather being a factor. There's players being a factor. Both teams going in 1-5. It's going to be an insane game tomorrow. You guys looking forward to that?
Yeah. I think the weather's going to help us in that game, especially with Miami's run D's not that good. So expect a lot of running. Unless Kevin throws, like you said earlier, unless Kevin says, let's throw it 52 times in the rain. There we go. Let's do that. Jesus.
I mean, it's definitely going to take an act of God to have fun watching this team, especially with what's been going on this year. If it's going to take rain and some weather to finally get him, running the ball and get the ball out of whoever we have playing quarterback, get it out of their hands this year. If that's what's going to take, then I'm all for it.
Could this be the game, gentlemen, where the open dome or open stadium finally helps us? The weather helps us. Like everybody talks and claims.
It might be that one time where it actually does. We got some high winds coming in too, so kicking's going to be tricky. I seen they said. I think 45-mile-an-hour gusts. So there's going to be a lot of factors playing into that. So
are we going to have Phil Dawson in there teaching guys how to kick in there? Or?
I'm not cursing that just yet. Smith has been doing okay. Obviously, he's the only one that scored points last week, so I'll take that. I'll take it for now. But everybody, I want to thank our sponsors real quick. Allstate, Doug White, Allstate Insurance Agency. Go check them out. 8020 Columbia Road in Olmsted Falls. Give them a call for a quote, 440-235-8500. We got Lego Heads Barbershop and Saloon. You can go to LegoHeadsBarbershopSaloon.com. They're located at 1344 West Bagley Road in Berea. Give them a check. Check them out. Awesome guys over there. And the Bearded Bastards Barbecue Sauce. You can check them out at the Bearded Bastards Barbecue Sauce. .bigcartel.com. Use our code bearded15 for 15% off. And then Cleveland Ketchup. I'm wearing a Cleveland mustard hat right now, but go to clevelandketchup.com. Type in code bearded for 10% off your order. Great condiments over there, the best for sure. But guys, as of right now, we are -2.5 coming into this game at home.
So what changed? What changed from the beginning of the week to this point in the week that we're now -2.5?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe a factor of one of our star tight ends ain't going to be in the game. But I think that opens doors for others. So I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, like I said, the weather should be favoring us.
But, Njoku hasn't really been a feat. I understand that he's part of the blocking schemes and he's a big part of the offense in that way, but he hasn't necessarily been a big part of the passing game for us. So I don't necessarily know that he should be considered that important as far as Vegas goes, on this team. So I don't necessarily understand if he's for that swing, that much of a swing on the odds here.
The huge benefactor, right? So right now we got Tyron Shoyinka out I'm sorry, questionable with a leg, our edge rusher. Tackle Jack Conklin, questionable with a head injury. Obviously, that's week in, week out. Cedric Tillman's on IR, wide receiver, and Njoku out with a leg. The Dolphins, obviously, Tyreek Hill out with a leg and child support. I mean, Dotson, their linebackers out, are questionable. Jackson's IR, Daniels is IR, and their safety, Campbell is out as well. It's the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. Injuries happen, and that can kill a team. Obviously, we've seen it the past 3 years. So, looking forward to that. Like you were saying, Gary. Though, honestly, David Njoku being out, I don't think it's going to kill us tomorrow because we do have Fannin that can block as well. I don't think his PFF block grade is that great, but we know in college he was able to block really well, and that was a big thing for him. So I'm hoping he'll get more plays tomorrow as well. Fannin, you'll see probably Blake White-Hart in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be an interesting game for sure. Obviously we're talking about will the weather be a factor? We're gonna get rain, 22-mile-an-hour winds, and gusts up to 45 miles an hour. It's Cleveland, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you want. Tomorrow's gonna show Cleveland's true colors if a mistake on a lake does actually help.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Because like you said, with this game, it definitely looking like weather's going to be a factor. I mean, my big thing too is, who scored all our points last week? Our kicker. And now we're going to have 45-mile-an-hour gusts is going to really put that kid to the test because there's going to be some kicking going on in this game here too. So,
I mean, Schmidt's going to happen. Sorry.
If you have 45-mile-an-hour gusts, though, are you really going to be kicking, or is this going to be one of those games where, you're running the ball and you score a touchdown, everything's going to be a 2-point conversion? This might be one of those games where the kicker is taken out of the games. Everything in the, the air might be, anything in the air might be taken out of the game tomorrow. And when you have stuff going 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, I don't see if they're talking about the wind gusts and the steady winds of 25, I don't see no 50. You kicked a 53-yarder last week. I don't think you can play that into the roll with the winds that we're going to have tomorrow. So, if you're in 30-yard range, you might go ahead and do that. But I don't see that's going to be tough trying to, it might be a lot of punting going on too. So,
yeah. Even that might be even scary. You might see some weird fourth and going for it too in those sorts of situations.
Yeah.
Get some naked kid walking through the back there in Mike's house.
He just paused too. He stopped because he realized he was on it. He was looking at it. He's like, oh.
What do you got going on there in the back?
We were talking about Epstein stuff before the show. That's my stepson.
So I think it's tomorrow has a chance to be a weird game. I think it's going to be hard to really, if the weather is going to be the factor that they're going to say it's going to be hard to really predict what's going to happen. I think it could be one of those games where you're going to have a slippery ball, and it just could be, just kind of see, where it lies.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be very interesting. And watching this game for me, I hope it's better than last week. So my attitude has changed. I just got to come to the realization that we are a poor franchise right now. Not poor because we spend a lot of money, but I'm just saying the way this team plays is upsetting, and you just have to learn, unfortunately, how to deal with it. Obviously, us as a group, we text each other and we get upset because we're wondering why the hell some of this stuff happens, but it does. It does. It happens. But another thing that's happening is this is the first time since 2006 two left-handed quarterbacks have started an NFL game, and it was Michael Vick and Chris Sims in 2006. I think going into this game with a left-handed quarterback, Jack Conklin being out, how left tackle's been our issue for us because we've had right-handed quarterbacks. That's the guy that's going to block your right-handed quarterback's blind side. Now we have Jack Conklin out. We have a left-handed quarterback, so now our right tackle's an issue, which it's always kind of has been because of his injury proneness. But now his blind side is getting attacked probably harder than we had anticipated. But
they got to play clean, man. You got to try to do what we can do with that line, man, because they've been struggling. That's been a big part of the ugly out there for sure.
Speaking of the line, is Bill Callahan out in Tennessee now too? Now that his son is out?
Yeah, he resigned.
He resigned too. I mean, so has there been any movement on what's happening with him? I mean, I know that line in Tennessee wasn't super great, but man, the line here when we had Bill Callahan looked really, really nice, and we could really use some help here. I mean, I think Bill Callahan, even if it's just like an advisor or something, coming in here to maybe like help our line, because I mean this has been rough to watch, and you can't. I know that a special quarterback negates the line play, but it doesn't seem like we have that quarterback on the roster right now.
You know what? I'm going to say something, and this is going to piss a lot of people off, but Cincinnati Bengals don't have a great offensive line, and they had Joe Flacco put up 33 on the Pittsburgh Steelers the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard the chants in the stadium. It's totally off subject. Saying, "Thank you, Cleveland. Thank you, Cleveland."
How embarrassing. How embarrassing. I woke up to that too, and I'm like, oh my God, can this season get any more ridiculous? I mean, we just
Deshaun Watson starting next week. Okay.
Don't be surprised.
Hey, throw him in at this point, because I can't stand the guy, but throw him in at this point because there's nothing working. But like I said, it's a lot of this stuff's coming down on Kevin, man, because he's not making play adjustments during the game. He's running the same stuff. He's not trying to mix it up. That's a big problem. You already got enough problems. You gotta play the game, and if your game plan is not working, you got to have a plan B. I mean, this guy's just running with the A plan, the Joe Flacco pocket game. The two last times we saw Dylan Gabriel out there, that's just not working, man. You gotta switch it up. So
yeah, listen, I don't know enough about the X's and O's to know what Stefanski is doing right and what Stefanski is doing wrong. But what I do know is that Flacco, I know what Flacco looked like when he was in a Browns uniform this year, and I know what he's looked like in a Bengals uniform
in a week.
In those two games. And I know that they have, I know they have wide receivers that catch the ball. So that's, that is a difference. But he's not getting killed the way he was getting killed here. I don't know if that is blocking schemes. I don't know enough about X's and O's. I don't know if it's the blocking schemes. I don't know if it's play calling. I don't know what it is, but there's a disconnect here. I don't know if it is, maybe it's not Stefanski. Maybe it's maybe it's because we have a baseball guy that is making decisions up top, and we have a head coach that's not able to really be a head coach. There's a lot of things going on in this organization that need to be looked at. Whatever it is, in the last 8 years since this rebirth of the Browns has happened, it's not working. It hasn't worked. And if you want the fans to really be supporting you and be ready for the Browns in this new stadium in Brook Park, you got to get this figured out, and you got to quit waiting. And I'm not talking about being the Browns of old where you're firing guys every year, but you got to take a hard look at this, because this is not acceptable. You are wasting Myles Garrett right now. You have a Hall of Fame all-time top 5, top 3 defensive end. You have Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, essentially.
You have Lawrence Taylor, and you're gonna waste him.
And Bo Chamberlain says fans need to stop going to the games, buying tickets. If you go to a game, I can't tell you, the Dallas game I went to, flooded with white jerseys, all Dallas stuff. The Green Bay game, flooded with green. It was so bad you heard "Go Pack Go" clearly, and it was when we had Joe Flacco. So I'm sitting there like, are you guys saying Joe Flacco instead of "Go Pack Go"?
Right.
The fans stopped going. It's the opposing team that's buying the tickets and going and watching their team win an easy game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. And we're all sick of it, but we got to move on. It's week by week, right? We got to do better. That's it.
I'm so tired of hearing that, man. You got to do better, but you're not changing anything. That's the problem. You're not doing anything different. So what do you mean we got to do better? If you got to do better, change some shit around, man. That's just that simple.
And
I mean,
I think
stuff's
I'm sorry. Go
not
ahead,
working.
Sam.
That stuff's not working, man. I don't know. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. He's got to get up and go in the mirror and go, all right, that didn't work. All right, week 2. All right, that's not working. Week 3, that's not working. Week 4, that's not working. Week 5, that's not. Come on, dude. I mean, you got to pick up your pieces at some point and put them in different areas, and you need to mix it up. Like I said, with Dylan, now you got a guy that can roll out. Can we see some rollout game? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what he's there for. He's got legs on him, and, you got to get some rollout play action. All right, you got to get the run started, yes, but you got Junkins. He is showing really good. Steelers shut him down, shut down our run last week, but you got a good running back, between him and Sampson. Get them guys going, and then get some rollout games, some play action, And these receivers, I mean, we don't have a 1. We don't have a 2. These guys are just horrible right now. Jerry Jeudy is just sucking the life out of me right now. And he tells himself, I know it's on me. It's on me. Yeah, it's on you, then, bro. Then catch the ball. I mean, this is what you get paid to do, and you're not doing it. It's driving me nuts, man. It's not.
And I think on the Judkins front, when we had Chubb, Stefanski was very worried about Chubb's workload and was saving him. And what did that end up doing? Is that you ended up saving his workload for the Texans. You know what I mean? Stop. These guys are in the NFL. You have them for a certain amount of time. You play them. You play them for when you have them. Judkins, to go into what you're saying, Sam, if you start having some designed runs for these guys that can have a little bit of mobility, start calling some bootlegs, then you may be able to run these guys a little bit more. But having these quarterbacks drop back 53 times in a game is unsustainable.
A rookie. That just drives me.
It's atrocious to do that. It's atrocious to do that. It's like you're putting that kid out there to fail. You're not setting them up to win.
And then,
I mean, that game, I hate to go back to it, but that game, we were on the 3-yard line, and instead of ever trying to run the ball, he tried passing it in there. You got to run the ball, dude. You're down on the 3. Try to get it in there. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Any kid on Madden would have ran the ball twice. And you're over here throwing the ball, and it's not working out. And then when you went to throw it the second time to try to get an end zone, what happened? You got sacked, dude. What are you doing, Stefanski? You're just not doing. You're not doing anything. You're doing the same shit, but you want to talk about we got to do better. Well, change up the game plan, bro. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, put a girl on.
It's
put a girl on.
Put a girl on. But it's driving me crazy, man. And I'm sure it's driving you guys all crazy and all of us Browns fans. And you got these people paying lots of money to go down there week in, week out, support this team, and then you keep giving them garbage. I mean, that's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow, man.
Yeah, this team has gotten me to the point where, honestly, I have to watch because we do a show on them. But it's gotten me to the point now where I don't get extremely angry anymore. You might hear me like jump up and say, the F-bomb. Like, why do we do that? Why? What in your right mind made you call that play? Kevin is so predictable anymore. 3-4 years ago, maybe not. But now it's the same stuff over and over and over again. And it seems like we can't even throw a successful screen anymore. It gets sniffed out and blown up immediately. I seen you guys watching that Miami-Louisville game last night.
No.
Oh man, Miami lost. Number 2 team lost to Louisville, unranked, and everybody was throwing successful screens. You want to know why? Because they know how to block.
Well, it's
Blocking.
probably not even just blocking, but I think that when you have in order to have a screen game, you also have to like have a downfield threat. And the Browns don't have that right now. They don't have wide receivers that can get open, and they don't have guys that when they do get open, catch the ball. So if you don't have it, it seems like all they can play a prevent defense against us.
That's the thing. Kevin Stefanski's playing so light. He's not trying to get guys out there because I don't think he trusts the receivers and the quarterback or the line to even give him enough time to get the guys downfield.
But is that the receivers or is that Stefanski? Earlier in the season, is this a different season if Jerry Jeudy if Jerry Jeudy catches half the balls that he dropped? Is this a different season? It might be. Joe Flacco might still be the starting quarterback, and the Browns, might have 3 wins and might be in this thing.
We should have 3 wins right now, but we don't. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's right, Gorilla Monsoon. Yeah.
Every season.
All right, let's get back to it. Worst offense.
Worst
offense versus
Worst
the worst defense. That could play one of 2 ways. The old saying, defense wins championships, but that goes to show it does not happen in Cleveland. We're still 1-5. So, and we have right now, I think PFF still has us at the first ranked defense, but everywhere else, I think we're number 3 now. But this is what I'm so excited to see is the worst offense versus the worst defense. You really don't get to see that too often. It's going to be super weird tomorrow. We're probably going to laugh, guys. We're probably going to laugh more than we're going to get angry tomorrow because it's going to be like an NFL bloopers game in one.
Well, with our defense, I was looking over some things earlier. Miami's averaging 24 points a game for the last 5 games. We can't put up 20 points, which worries me. All right. So, but our defense is allowing 24 points. So go figure that. And we are dead last in the red zone, it's scary. We're dead last right now in the league in the red zone. And I was also looking at the Browns' run defense has been pretty good this year. We're ranked 3rd right now. We're only letting versus running backs 3.2 yards carry. So with that being said, and it being a rain game and looking like a run game, that might really work to our advantage, our defense against their run. But they got no slouch at running back either. And Devon Aiken, he put up week 6, 16 attempts, 128 yards, so he can break them. So, it's going to be a big contained thing there. So, and then, if we can hold that run down, it shouldn't be a big passing game. 2 through 3 interceptions last week. He's not doing all that great right now. So if our defense can get that run, get some pressure on Tua and stop that run, this should be a win for the Browns. I got it marked on my calendar for a W on this one. So
Tua's got so many concussions, he still thinks 4 + 4 is football.
What I say, I seen that thing that said Tua Vailoa in Samoan means Tim Tebow. It means Tim Tebow. He's struggling, man. That guy, I don't know. That's scary too. Because you're playing with after that many concussions, we're kind of going off topic, but that's a serious thing. I don't want to joke about that, man, because that's just like a prize fighter taking too many punches to the head, man. And, Muhammad Ali suffered with that stuff too. So that is very dangerous game that he's playing, but he still wants to play the game. He's a man and he's choosing his own destinies. But
while we're on the subject, Gary Lee has something to say. I highlighted it.
Yeah. Do you think that if you were Tua, right, with the 6, okay, so there's this thing in wrestling where if you're Samoan, you're automatically good at pro wrestling, right? So there's the success of The Rock and Roman Reigns. If you're Tua, before these concussions turn your brain into slush, would you think about maybe quitting football and becoming a wrestler?
He'll get concussed more at wrestling.
That's true. That's true.
That's a no joke entertainment sport there, man. I mean, them guys take some beatings, man, and man, I'd hate to see their concussion ratios of what them guys go through. You know, you never see a stat like that, but in wrestling, but yeah, Tua, don't do that. You're already getting concussed with helmets on. Imagine no helmet on and taking a power slam. So. Yeah, I don't know, boss. That's probably not a good turn for him. I wouldn't do that. I don't. Maybe get lucky and get a booth job somewhere in the booth, you know.
So Gary, I think you put this one up there. Does the Browns defense look good because of their offense is so bad and the opposing teams never have to go deep on them? Honestly, we're ranked number 3 right now. The defense, I think, does look good. It just makes the offense look worse because on one side of the ball, we're dominating. Well, I don't want to say dominating because we're still giving up big points. Our red zone, excuse me, our red zone efficiency on the defensive side is not good. 80% of the time, the teams are scoring. 80%. That's huge. You got to be able to stop them. It's touchdowns. It's every time almost. It's a touchdown.
But you also. But these offenses that we're facing, though, they're playing pretty conservative against us. And,
well, because of the defense, yeah.
Well, because of our offense, they don't have to. They don't anticipate.
There's no threat.
There's no threat of us putting up points, so they don't have to. But they don't have to take any chances against us, which is why we're not really winning turnover battles. We're not really. We don't intercept the ball. We're not getting turnovers on defense. Because these guys are protecting the ball and they're playing conservative offense against us. So with that being said, it's like, is the defense really, we say that like the defense is number 3, right? But then you look at the red zone and we're getting dog walked in the red zone. So is the defense really that good? Or are they just playing conservative against us? Are they just playing field position against us, knowing that the offense isn't going to do anything? And then when the offense, we give them such good field position, they're just waiting for us to let them into the red zone, and then they know they can dog walk us.
I think in the defense's defense, a little playing on words, but I think a lot of them red zone points are coming later in the games because we were holding some teams like Lions, they put up big points. We were holding some teams down that put up big numbers, and they weren't getting those TDs to the end of the game. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because
the defense
is on the field the whole game, and then that becomes the big problem. So they're doing stellar, holding teams down, but you get gassed, you get tired, you got no offensive threat, and you're out there more than the offense is the whole game. And that's a number we need to look at. Total time the defense has been on all season compared to the offense. I want to find that. I'll look that up. But I guarantee you the odds are out of the water. I mean, we have 3 and outs. We get once in a while, we might get a long drive, but that's it. Game over. So there's no offense to help this defense. Defense is good. I mean, they're at 3rd for a reason. But like I said, that red zone is killing them because they're tired. Simple.
Time of possession is usually split. Sometimes I think against the Steelers, we had like a minute on them for time of possession.
I'm talking about our defense compared to our offense.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is like you think that the defense is out there, it seems, all the time because we're always having 3 and outs. I wish I had an explanation for it, how the time of possession works, because usually the person that has the time of possession lead wins, but not always, apparently, especially in our case.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, man. I feel bad for the defense sometimes because I'm like, here we go again. We can't muster up any type of offense, man, and these guys are giving it their all. I mean, they're going to get tired. I mean, it happens.
All right.
All right. So Browns' time of possession in the 2025 season is an average of 26 minutes and 50 seconds per game, ranking them 31st in the NFL.
Yeah, almost dead last. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I understand, which I think goes back to both of our points, though, is that which is so I understand that they are getting tired, right? But which is what typical Browns fan is saying. Hey, what's going on, Angel?
Yeah. I was like,
Angel.
This goes to what Angel's saying, right? So the offense is creating short field opportunities for this defense. So it's hard to even evaluate what this defense is really doing because the offense puts them in such bad positions.
it does. I agree with that 100%. We watch it week in and week out, ladies and gentlemen. And tomorrow,
And so for
it's going to be another weird one.
and if you listen to like sports talk around the city, everyone's, there's been some hot takes about Myles Garrett saying that, he's a bad leader for saying this stuff about the offense, which in, I think a normal year, I might agree with. This situation, I think it's a little different. That offense is destroying the defense this year. They're destroying them. And so I think Garrett needs to get a little grace from some of these local reporters and talking heads, because they're in an impossible situation with what this offense is doing.
And I get it. Like, honestly, as a player, NFL player, especially a Hall of Famer, your goal is to get the Super Bowl. Obviously, he signed with us to stay here and make that happen. I get it. The players get frustrated when they lose. No matter how much money you're making, it still sucks to lose. We all could agree upon that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
At the end of the day, I see these players getting mad because, oh man, Sam, you just put Gruden in the comments.
Oh yeah.
I see him getting mad, but only you. It's like the thing. Only you could prevent forest fires. Put a girl on. Only you as a team could go out there and build your own culture, your own team morale, and make these. This is a Stefanski thing because, again, I'm so sick of not seeing these players getting punished. Jerry Jeudy, 2 drop passes and smacking that dude in the face. That's the only thing your hands were good for until that moment. You smack somebody in the face and cost us a first down. There's got to be some kind of sternness where people, or Kevin Stefanski, I want to see him grabbing dudes by the face mask and screaming at him. You can do that again, you're out of the game. Like, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sick
I don't think
of
it feels like we've
them.
never had a coach that really gets in them guys' butts, man. We've just never really had that.
Mike Pettin looked tough. Like, look at the dude from Detroit. What's his name?
Campbell.
Dave Campbell. That dude, man, he's like Bill Cowher, dude. Veins popping out of his neck, freaking out on these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the architect of that team?
Oh,
Dorsey.
Yeah, Dorsey. Damn.
Who we had here.
Him. Yeah, we
had him here. Who started the turnaround here.
Yeah. Oh, I actually have something for that. Hold on. I meant to bring this up, and I'm gonna put it on today's show right now. Hold on. Let me it's in our notes. Hold on. I'm gonna put it up right now. You guys can go ahead and keep it talking. I'm gonna pull this up.
All right.
Where did I put it? There it is.
But yeah, I mean, it's been, if you look at Dorsey's track record, he started the turnaround in Kansas City. He started the turnaround here, and I understand the Freddie Kitchens thing was a little goofy, but I don't think he necessarily had to go. I mean, you have to look at what he was coming into, and I know that this happened a few years ago, but if you look at if you look at the decisions that have been made since, I think that's still kind of relevant. I don't necessarily know that, Deshaun Watson is here and that trade gets made, which, by the way, I'm going to admit that I was excited for when it happened, because who wasn't going to be excited for, what you thought you're getting a top 5 quarterback. But I don't necessarily know that happens if Dorsey's still here.
So here, Andrew Berry inherited a core of 23-year-old Denzel Ward, 24-year-old Myles Garrett, 25-year-old Baker Mayfield, 24-year-old Nick Chubb, 26-year-old Wyatt Teller, and 29-year-old Bitonio. And in 6 years, the team is worse than ever.
Yeah.
Huh.
But here's the thing is, I don't even necessarily think Dude, it's Barry's fault.
I don't either. Listen, I'm not. So Barry had a good draft. He finally got a first round pick. I'm not going to blame the guy for going out on a whim and trying to bring a winning cultured quarterback here that was elite at the time. Obviously, with all the stuff that's happened, is BS. But
it wasn't. But it wasn't Barry though. It was his owner.
So
Barry's not the one. Barry's not the one that the GM is not the one that is going and offering the first ever all guaranteed contract to a player in the NFL in the history of the league.
I'll tell you right now, we had
Stump Mitchell. Owner.
We had Stump Mitchell on the show, and that guy came on and said the whole organization believed that they should bring DW here.
Which is fine, but that comes from the owner, though.
Oh, yeah, the money does, for sure. I think everybody wanted an elite quarterback. Baker Mayfield had his shoulder problems. The kid was still trying to play and played like crap with his shoulder, and it sucks. Yes, it does. It sucks. But at the end of the day, we did what we did, and we do it. It seems like a yearly thing now. We get rid of somebody that's good and goes and dominates somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. This is like the old Indians.
Oh, man.
In the 80s, man.
Huh. Yeah, that's for a whole nother show there, Gary. Yeah. What did I do with my notes now? But yeah, let's get back to Dolphins. Dolphins did put 27 points on the Chargers last week. Still lost 27-29. You're putting 27 on the Dolphins. Or, I'm sorry, the Chargers, which is not a bad defense. I'm wondering what's going to happen tomorrow. Obviously, the weather was there. The weather was good there, so that's going to be a factor for tomorrow. But I didn't see them putting 27 on the Chargers, and it happened. So we get to look forward to that. And Angel asked, "Is this worse than ever?" Yeah.
I mean, we've been 0-16.
Yeah.
So did Detroit, but look at their turnaround.
Yeah. I think when we were 0-16, though, we had some watchable games. We almost won. I mean, this schedule has been tough. We already knew it was going to be tough. But I mean, I'm not seeing watchable football. So
yeah, we were 0. I think that's kind of 0-16. There was no watchable football. From what I remember, man, 1-15, 0-16. I was almost done at that point. You know, I was the only game I went to that year. I tell you how bad it was. They were 0-15. Last game was in Pittsburgh. Me and Matt Sports, if you remember, went to Heinz Field for the 0-16.
You're not allowed to say that on here. It's got to be called Cleveland Ketchup Stadium.
Cleveland Ketchup Stadium. Went to Cleveland Ketchup Stadium, and all in Browns gear, and people felt sorry for us there. We caught no grief. People were welcoming to us in Pittsburgh, and like we were treated like like a disabled little brother over there in Pittsburgh. You know, that's how bad it was when we were 0-16.
It was a horrible year.
It was.
We had a parade for it.
Yeah.
We celebrated 0-16 hard.
Yeah. I mean, there was dog check sounded. You know, that's what the dog check was.
Oh man.
You know, and we have dog check here. What do you think a dolphin check sounds like?
Do it, Sam. Do it.
I don't know. There you go. That's it. Better than what I was gonna be able to do.
Let's hear it, Sam.
Like a machine gun, I guess. I don't know.
That's better, I guess. We'll take that.
That's funny.
Let's get into the offensive strategy to possibly win this game tomorrow. Gary, you want to start us off with that?
Yeah, I think that we got to maintain the ball on offense and keep the defense off the field. So we were talking about before. We are 29th in the league, so almost last in the league in time of possession. We have got to find a way to get the defense off that field. we've got to find a way to stop giving them such great field position. Part of the reason I think that we are so bad in the red zone is that we keep giving them opportunities to be in the red zone. If you keep giving them the ball on the 40, you keep giving them the ball on the 30, they're going to get in the red zone real quick. Your defense is you can have the greatest defense of all time, but it's only going to, they're not magic makers. And this is the NFL, and even the worst offense in the league is still an offense filled with the best football players in the world. And those guys are going to get into the end zone if you keep doing this to your defense.
I agree.
I think some of that comes on. We didn't really talk about special teams, man. They've not been looking too good. I mean, we had one ran back. What was that, Mike? Was it Vikings ran one back on us already? And then, I mean, like you said, they're getting the ball out there, 30, 40 yard line. That's no bueno. My takes on this game, if we're doing on the takes on the game right now, Mike.
Yeah, the offensive strategy.
Offensive strategy, I think, well, obviously we got to get that run game going and keep it going. And then I want to look out. I mean, we're just going to be David and Njoku in there. I'm looking out. My guys that I'm really queuing on this week are going to be Fannin. And look out for Sampson. I think Dylan Sampson, if Kevin goes in there and actually comes up with some more better plays and incorporates that kid, more better plays.
Mo better, bit of butter.
Right. Use that kid to your advantage. Sometimes I'd like to see a tandem back. We don't do it much, but you might want to do, especially in this type of game. I mean, I hope they're planning for something like that. You might want to see two running backs set in the back sometimes back here, especially with this rain that we're going to have. So the offense has got to start. They got to establish that run. If they can establish that run, average 4 to 5 yards a carry, I'm cool with. Go ahead.
That's the thing. The Dolphins give up an average of 5.6 yards per carry.
Well, then we should with Junkins in there and it being a rain game and Ford and them guys, we should be averaging about 8 yards a carry in this game.
Well,
as far as my defense goes, I want to go for the defense on here too. What they need to do is they got to get pressure to the quarterback. We had no pressure on the quarterback last week, so Miles and company needs to get back there and put pressure on Tua. And then, we got to shore up their run game because, like I said, they're going to be running too because it's a rain game. So,
and I want to see them run the ball 30 times tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure, if not more. I don't want to see 52 dropbacks with a rookie quarterback again. Yeah. Whether it's even if they put Shador in on some whim, I don't want to see a ton of passes tomorrow. Put Shador in.
Put Shador on.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'm just going to throw it out there because, like you said, it's probably going to be a type of wacky game. Okay, just with better defense against a weak offense, or a shit defense on Miami versus shit offense on Cleveland. But where was I going with that? Just lost my train of thought. Pass. Go ahead. I had something brewing here. Hang on.
You're good. Also, the offensive line definitely needs to keep the pocket clean tomorrow. That goes without being said. They got to create holes, keep the pocket clean. Make that happen, guys. You have one job: is to push a guy to the side. Do it.
And be flexible. If you're not going to keep the pocket clean, then you need to start calling some bootlegs. Move that pocket for him. Then stop doing it. Stop calling these Statue of Liberty plays where he's dropping back to pass and you're just letting that pocket collapse on him. If you can't keep that pocket clean, then move the pocket.
And really quick, Angel brought this up Tuesday. You guys know what Dylan Gabriel's good at? Dropping back in? Play action. Out of the 52 snaps last week that he had, drop back, how many times do you think there was play action?
Once.
5 times.
5.
You got to run the ball if you want to do play action.
Yes, got to
I mean,
establish the run. I mean, Pittsburgh did everything right in that game. They stopped the run game, and that was lights out because you had no receivers and no offensive threat in the air to worry about. So once they shut down the run game, that was game over.
Yeah.
I was trying to get to that point with being a rainy game and the way this might be a wacky game. Maybe throw Shador in there on a play or two. Mix your quarterbacks in and out once in a minute. See what happens. Why not?
Well, I'll tell you what. The world is breaking itself right now on the internet because Shador's stats in Madden dropped 1 point, and everybody's freaking out.
Everybody,
I don't know,
like throw him in there for a play or two. I'm not saying that you're going to start him over Dylan after the half if Dylan's not playing that great, but mix them up, man. Mix these dudes up. Let them. I mean, make it a game like that. It's already going to be a whack game with this weather, the wind, the rain. I even seen there's some thunder. Hopefully, there's no lightning, none of that stuff to postpone nothing. I want to see the whole game and not no timeouts. It seems like anytime that happens, we usually have we're doing good, and then the weather will stop us, and we come back out, we lose the game. But yeah, let's mix it up, man. Let's see some stuff. People want to see them a little bit. Maybe this might be the game you can throw them in there here and there.
Is there a rule in the NFL like there is in baseball? Like, so baseball after 5 innings, it's a complete game. So is it like in football after 3 quarters, there's some lightning, maybe we have a 3-0 lead and then we can just put some lightning down, game over. We can win this puppy.
Maybe we can get some lightning to knock the rust off that old stadium that me and Sam saw down there.
that thing's pathetic, bro. I mean, you can at least throw a paint job on there, get ready for the season, right? It was the one side of the stadium was rusting. We were down at the Great Lakes for the Cleveland Scene. Me, Angel, Mike, our wives were down there for the Cleveland Scene magazine award ceremony. And we were looking at that stadium. It was just pathetic, bro. I'm like, look at it. It's just rusting.
Did you just look at it?
Just rusting. Fix it. Paint it. At least paint it. Get ready for the season. Paint it, man. Wasn't even the whole thing. Just the one side. Whatever.
Yeah. I don't think, honestly, they're going to put in Shador tomorrow. And that big of that'd be a shit show to watch. And a big snow or rainstorm like that. I don't think you should do it. We all complained about putting Dylan Gabriel in this early, and people are crapping on him already. I don't think it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say, I don't think it's a Dylan Gabriel problem at this point either. I really don't.
It's a Kevin Stefanski scheme problem.
Which was going to go to what I was just going to say is if you're a Shador Sanders fan, why do you want him in right now? Especially if this team has the problems that we all see that this team has, why do you want Shador Sanders in right now? Because you know this is a recipe for disaster for him.
Oh, it is. And that's what's going to happen. Everybody wants to see him play now. And don't get me wrong, I do want to see him play. I don't want to see him play in a disastrous spot right now because no matter who you put in there, it's going to be a disaster. And that's what's going to happen.
You're asking for Tim Couch. Whoever is in there right now is going to get Tim Couched.
Yeah, pretty much. We ruined that guy's career. Do you want to do that to Shador?
Yeah, don't do that.
Let's just they're doing the right thing. As much as I hate saying it because I would like to see somebody else in at quarterback, but you're playing your 3rd round pick over your 5th round. You have to. You would look stupid if you didn't. See what that kid's got, and then you move on.
Mm-hmm.
Now Shador's number 2. If anything were to happen to Dylan Gabriel, you guys will get your chance. What's up, Dan? Thank you for joining the show.
When something happens to Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
When?
It'll happen.
Yeah, right.
It will happen.
I definitely think we'll see him before the end of the season. He will be out there.
You're going to have to. I mean, what are you going to use him for now? Is trade bait? What are the possibilities of him getting traded somewhere? It could happen because I heard Cincinnati actually put in a bid on getting Shador before Flacco, and Barry was like, "No, bro, that ain't happen. Put Shador in," and it didn't happen. So I'm glad. I'm looking forward to seeing the kid when he does play. When it's his time, like he says, I'm cool with it. But right now, guys, it's the Dylan Gabriel show. Maybe Kevin Stefanski will get his head out of his ass and figure out what play action is, figure out how to play the kid, figure out how to get the receivers downfield, hopefully Mike Bloomgren can get these offensive line guys ready to go and block and create holes. That's what we need. That's all we need. Your offensive line is the heart of it all, man. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to stick to that. It is the heart of it all. It protects your quarterback. It allows your quarterback to be able to throw the ball downfield. Joe Flacco the other day was getting rid of the ball 2.5 seconds. You can't do that. I mean, their offensive line is horrible too. That's clearly not as bad. But Joe Flacco
that just tells me their wide receivers are getting open faster.
Oh, they are for sure. Exactly.
That's
you
how
know
you
what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's how you negate a bad offensive line. You get rid of the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's going to be a short passing game too in this game. So I mean, look out for Bond. Look out for Larvadan.
Larvadan's no, I think he's back in now. I think he's all right.
I think he is. And your boy Thrash, man. You know what I'm saying? Get these guys in some of that stuff, man. Got to mix it up, man. Whatever we're doing now is not working. So,
what do you guys remember? Yeah, Dan's comment here in 2020. This team excelled because they had a top 3 line. And I got into arguments with a couple of friends of mine saying that we used to have an elite offensive line. Even after Joe Thomas, we still remained pretty damn good. You can't throw the deep ball if you only are getting 2 seconds. You really can't. You have to get out of the pocket and create that play yourself because your line is collapsing around you.
And our line's getting older too now, Mike. So I mean, that's stuff that we're going to have to look at going into this next draft season and trades and stuff. You're going to have to you got to get you some fountain of youth in there at that line. I mean, I love Joel and them guys, but I mean they've been around for a while, man, and you know that's a tough position to play. That's where that game starts. That's where it starts. It's on them lines. So I mean, we got to get some fresh, young, good talent here, you know.
And then again, can't get rid of the ball. The wide receiver can't create separation fast enough. That could be also on the scheme. It's them playing. They know to play us in man coverage. Nobody plays prevent against us. It's man coverage. They can keep them locked on. Why? It's just, I don't know. Something has to change, and I hope it changes tomorrow. And then it can lead on to week 8, week 9. Oh, we'll lose on our bye week. Still doesn't matter. But
I remember last year we talked about the wide receivers' speed getting off down the field, and we were like not very quick. So I don't know if that's another issue we're running into this year. I mean, I would think with some of the other guys like Bond and Larvadan, like that's not going to be a problem. Those dudes look like they're pretty quick. But I remember last year we had discussed some of that, and we were just like, our receivers were just slow getting off downfield, man. So, and when your line's, you know, older, beat up, you got to get rid of the ball quick. So them guys got to get moving, man. You got to get up out of there, you know.
Catch the ball when it hits you in the hands. I don't know if they need pine tar on the gloves or
just make their visors a little bigger in their helmet and throw it right in their face and let it stick right in their helmet. Get downfield.
Like blasted Isaiah Bond in the helmet last week.
Hey man, that's a short slant, bro. I'm not no big you know, coach, none of that, man. But I mean, I know a slant is real quick, just around where the linebacker's set up. So you want to get around the back of them a little bit. So you know you got a quick route, bro. You got to turn your head, bro, because that's coming in. That's your route. You basically, when you make that turn, your head's got to go with your route. And he took it right to the face, dude. And then he was mad. It's like, what are you mad about? You're the one not turning around, idiot. Yeah. What are you doing? Come on. How long you been playing football, dude? Yeah.
That was a rocket too. It looks like he might have been concussed after that.
Oh, you know that rang his bell, man. Yeah, that definitely rang his bell.
We're gonna move on to the defensive strategy. We got a couple minutes left here, guys. We'll knock that out, and then we'll do some score predictions. Yep. 0-0 tie game. I'm calling it now. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. Sam, do you want to start us off with the defensive strategy to win this game?
We got to get to the quarterback. Well, actually, I would say first precedent is we got to stop the run. Like I said, their guy back there, Devon Aiken, he's pretty good. 16 attempts last week, 128 yards, and we're talking about a run game. He had 2 TDs, so we're gonna have to watch out for him. We always seem to play good against Derrick Henry. We always seem to have his number. Can we just hold this kid down? And then Miles and them and company's got to get that pressure in there on the quarterback when they are trying to throw the ball. It's pretty much that simple for me on defense. As far as my score prediction, I'm going to go 2017.
Wait. Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to wait until we're done.
All right, I'll wait. Go ahead. I'll wait. We'll go next.
Gary, what do you got on the defensive front?
I just keep them out of the red zone, man. The whole thing is that it's points. Our offense is not scoring points. So the whole thing in defense is keeping them out of the red zone and stop them from scoring points. Whatever it is that takes, whether it's stopping, the run, whether it's pressure from the D line, whether it's the broken plays, that's been a big thing, I think, this year as well in the secondary. They've got to communicate better in the secondary and stop allowing, big plays. If they can do that, I think then they give themselves a chance. But the key in this whole game is going to be what the defense can do to keep them in the game, to give them a kicker's chance tomorrow.
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting to see. I'm hoping what we could do is keep the defense on the field less. I hope the offense could run the ball enough to run clock. We want to get this game over with as soon as possible, honestly, because of the weather. But I think if we are running the ball and passing efficiently with a little bit of passing, I think we're going to do tomorrow. I think that our defense will hold pretty strong tomorrow, even with the weather. I'm hoping to see a pick or two because they're going to throw with Tua. They're going to. I know
he threw what did he throw? 3 last week, I believe. So
right.
The opportunities can be there, especially in a game like this, wet ball. So especially
with Campbell, that kid showed some promise last week. I'm looking forward to seeing him again, possibly getting a pick. A lot of things could happen with this game. We need pressure from the D line. I think Gary actually wrote communication in secondary, no more broken plays. We got to stop Jalen Waddle. That's the only receiver they have right now that is capable of making big plays happen.
Just keep Denzel on him.
Create turnovers and tackle. I am so sick of seeing Denzel Ward losing a tackle because he's trying to strip the ball. You're not going to strip it, dude. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to strip the ball. Tackle the guy. He gave up 2 first downs last week. I watched it. He tried to strip the ball, failed miserably, missed a tackle.
But I think that goes back to, if you remember when he was a young player, though, like Greg Williams talked about his tackling. The problem, I think, one of the big things with him is that he's so slight in stature. I think when he tackles, he gets hurt. He's a great cover corner. I think that's what he has to do. If you catch the ball against him, he's got to strip because if he starts tackling, he gets run over.
Not in Madden. I hit everybody with a hit stick with him, dude. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We all know that. Hopefully, we're going to have a victory Monday and come and join us on the show Tuesday. We'll be here to talk about it, the outcome of the game. I am looking forward to this game tomorrow as much as everybody else is. If you're not going to watch and it's going to be a win, you're going to regret it because just like that Green Bay game that I went to and I left with 4 minutes left and then we wound up winning 13-0.
Figures.
Did I tell you that story, Gary?
No, tell me.
I was at the game with my cousin and she was mad. We're all mad. Everybody was mad. All right. Mm-hmm. And long story short, my cousin's like, let's leave. Fire Stefanski, fire Barry. I'm like, you know what? There's 4 minutes left. It's 13-0. Let's go. Soon as we leave the stadium, fireworks. We're walking, more fireworks. I hear the crowd from Lakeside. I did it again. We get in the parking garage. I'm like, all right, man, Hulu. I'm pulling up Hulu on my phone, trying to watch what's going down, and we won the game with a 55-yarder from our damn kicker. I was in shock.
If that's what it takes, is you leaving the game at 4 minutes left every week.
I'm just not going to games anymore.
No, you got to go and then.
No, you got to go and then leave. Yeah, yeah, dude.
I'll leave at halftime. Maybe my adjustment will help Stefanski adjust.
I'll help foot the bill for that if it makes us wins, man. Mm-hmm. I'll help you get them tickets.
Yes. All right, guys. Real quick before we take off, score predictions. Gary.
I'm gonna say Browns 122. The Dolphins nothing.
All runs.
All runs.
All runs.
Yeah, Browns.
Running
I'll go. Browns 10, Dolphins 7.
Ooh. Sam.
I'm going Browns 20, Miami 17.
I am going to go, 17-10 Browns. No. Sorry, 17-14 Browns. That's what I'm going to go with. 17-14 Browns. Lock it. Oh, man. All right, guys. We will see you guys Tuesday. Thank you all for joining us. Everybody give a big round of applause to Gary, our new co-host to the Browns Morning Brew. Everybody knows Sam. Give him a round of applause, and don't give me anything.
Oh, you deserve a round of applause, too. Gary, what was your score predict again, real quick? I wanted to write it down so I got it in the notes.
10-7 Browns.
10-7. All right, cool. Give me something to look at while we're got the game on. Yeah, it was interesting little show today. I'm glad we're bringing back the Morning Brew, fellas. It was really fun. I've been having some technical difficulties on my end. Hopefully we can get things resolved. Right now, everything's working really good. But Gary, awesome. I enjoyed doing the show with you today, man, and looking forward to doing some more Morning Brew. But if we don't start winning, Morning Brew might change to Morning
Poo
Show. So come on, Browns. Let's go. Let's get some wins in here. Give us something to talk about.
And you guys know it. As
Give us
always,
something positive to talk about.
as always, go Browns.
Go Browns.